Okay, so I was thinking about what would be best for me to actually look at when I came back, and I wanted to see something funny because the last couple of weeks have been nightmarishly stressful. So the first thing I just, was scrolling up through with the request section was done by Griffin of Might, and it's Majorkill. Every single Sister of Battle order explained by an Australian. I recently started watching Majorkill on the channel, and I can't wait to see what he has to say about this. So, Sisters of Battle are my favorite faction in 40k, by a huge margin. In any case, here we go. Press the button.
Hey guys and gal, nuns with guns, battle bitches, space dominatrixes, or the object of every neckbeard's desire. Whatever you call the Sisters of Battle, one thing remains consistent. When given power armor, big guns, and blind faith, women are just as good at killing things as anybody. It's been cool to see GW give the Sisters of Battle some love lately, as they have quite the impressive array of models now. If only they did something similar to the Eldar, eh? But did you know that not every Sister of Battle is a platinum blonde? Indeed, only one of the orders actually dye their hair this way. It just seems like they all do, because that order is more or less just the ultramarine version of the Adeptus Sororitas.
Pretty much.
Before we get started, do you remember that video where I paid a bunch of Fiverr artists to make Saint Celestine hentai, but the art turned out to be super overpriced and kinda shitty, and then I was like, I could totally get better Saint Celestine hentai made for cheaper on any other platform? Well, I did. Here is the censored and normal version of the artwork, done by Harris Straw. The uncensored version is on Patreon for only $1, as I obviously can't show it here. But yeah, hypothesis correct. Fiverr is shit. Yeah, any excuse to put hentai, eh? Today we'll go over each of the Sisters of Battle order. I will be spending most of the time on the militant orders.
1 second. Because I have to do this. Because I can't get to this video otherwise now. I can't. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Good girl. There we go. Alright, now we can continue.
As they are the only ones people actually care about, but I will also mention the other non-militant ones because I love making my job as hard as I possibly can for myself.
There you go.
Let's get into it. The Order's militant are the Sisters of Battle who like to go pew-pew, so the bad guys go doo-doo. Firstly, we have the Order of our Martyred Lady, the most common sob, and the order which produced the wildly overpowered ball breaker, Saint Celestine. The reason for dyeing their hair white is because when Alicia Dominica met with the Emperor to discuss why Georges Vandire, that dick, was evil, the experience of getting psychically blasted in the face by the Emperor talking to her turned Alicia's hair white, hence they now dye their hair like that in her honor. This is significant, as Alicia killing Georges Vandire saved the Imperium and it freed the Sisters from his low-key creepy command. This order is incredibly ruthless in their...
There was nothing low-key about how creepy that asshole was. Nothing at all was low-key about that. That was the most unlow-key thing fucking ever. And no
purging of literally anything and anyone which isn't a devout follower of the Emperor. It's actually quite meme-worthy, as even the Custodes are amused at how the Sisters treat them as literal angels. I can't say I blame their fanatical faith though. Their spiritual leader, Saint Celestine, is as angelic as it can get. The next order is the Order of the Bloody Rose. This order is as arrogant as they are edgy. Their creation was inspired by Saint Mina, who was one of the OG sisters who hung out with Alicia. It's said that when she was alive, she was able to kill multiple Space Marines in hand-to-hand combat. Now that's already pretty sketchy, but then when you read that she's said to have been able to fight a veteran Custodes to a standstill, the smell of bullshit really starts to reek. Either the fight never happened and the Bloody Rose just wanted to look cool, or the Custodes held back as the purpose of him visiting her was to get her to come talk to the Emperor, not just to immediately disembowel her. You see what I mean when I call them arrogant? Whilst all Sisters of Battle more or less fight the same enemies, the Bloody Rose have recently found themselves entangled with some Tyranids, and they're doing a pretty good job of it, killing a High Fleet tendril and saving a lot of lives. Their combat style and even colour can be compared to the Blood Angels, or even the World Eaters, as they prefer to be up close and personal when curb stomping a Xeno or heretic soul. On rare occasion, a sister facing a mighty opponent will glow and crackle with red power, before crying blood with red eyes. In this form, which I'll just call Kaioken times 4, the sister is super overpowered and can certainly clap some cheeks. Now onto the Order of the Sacred Rose, because bitches love roses. While Saint Mina was a grumpy bitch, the inspiration from this order, Saint Arabella, was known to be incredibly chill and nice to hang out with. Instead of using rage to empower her in battle, she used her calm and collected mind to make logical and considered decisions. To put it simply, they are incredibly graceful. Oh yeah, and they sing while they purge. The singing might seem cute and wholesome, but in reality its main purpose is to drown out the crying and screaming of heretics and Xenos who find themselves suddenly lacking certain limbs due to a recent bolt wound. They are the ice to the Bloody Rose's fire. The oldest of the orders, the one founded by Alicia herself, is the Order of the Ebon Chalice. Now being the first order, as well as being founded by the big lady herself, has put a lot of pressure on the Ebon Chalice. As such, they train significantly harder and produce noticeably superior sisters than most other orders. The negative to this is that their recruitment success rate is lower, hence their order is smaller than the other main ones, especially since the opening of the Great Rift racked a heavy toll on them. The Ebon Chalice are known to wipe out entire Chaos Space Marine warbands, so hopefully that gives you some insight to the ass kickery these bolter bitches can deliver. In recent lore, whilst they haven't won a ton of battles, the battles they have been in have been incredibly important. They help clear out the local systems around Terra and now fight to defend the key hive world of Vigilus. The next order is quite spicy, the Order of the Valorious Heart. Whilst the Bloody Rogue are driven by rage and the Ebon Chalice are driven by pressure to make their dead mum proud, the Valorious Heart are driven by intense guilt. They feel really shitty about being tricked by Georges Van Dyer and nearly bringing about the end of the Imperium. Fair enough. However, they have taken this to a whole nother level. They're like the Deathcore of Krieg version of the nuns with guns. Their patron, the Saint Lucia, was
It's an apt comparison, but yeah.
an incredibly penitent lady who punished herself whenever she thought about something sinful. I don't know about you, but I commit about 5,000 sins in my thoughts every day. Either this bitch is more whipped than a racehorse, or she's incredibly disciplined and likely terrible in bed. A side product of the Valorious Heart being super hard on themselves is that they have a disproportionately large amount of repentiers. Repentiers being sisters of battle who feel the need to atone for a great sin, such as downloading videos while using someone else's hotspot. Hence they strip off their clothes and they charge into battle with big ass swords.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
The final main militant convent is the Order of the Argent Shroud,
I noticed something, I'm not going to bring it up in that last picture.
who, for simple purposes, you can just think of as Raven Guard with tits. I say
That was who I played.
this as their armor coloring is similar, they don't talk much, and they have a bunch of jetpacks for flying. The only real difference is that the Sisters of Battle have no concept of stealth, hence these ladies just often Leroy Jenkins in with no plan or escape.
Yes.
However, they do have some cheese up their sleeve. When times are shit, they can gain the power of faith to make their armor stronger and make the enemy really bad at aiming. They're all about self-sacrifice and last stands and all that kind of jazz. Unfortunately for the Argent Shroud, their patron saint, Saint Sylvana, died very unceremoniously, being poisoned by an assassin before she could even lead her first crusade. Oh well. The Order of the Argent Shroud was almost seemingly wiped out by the opening of the Great Rift, with 80% of their members being caught in it. However, as the Indominus Crusaders continued, it's become clear that the majority of them survived, and they've been waging war at the gates of hell this entire time. The Holy Hoes aren't just a group of zealous warriors. They can also be doctors and nurses that set up free healthcare across the Imperium, or follow Crusaders on board men.
1 second. At the point where you dread a phone call. In any case, here we go. Continuing on.
Medics. These orders are called the Hospitalers and include the Order of the Eternal Candle, Order of the Cleansing Water, Order of Serenity, and Order of the Torch. Another different type of order are the Orders Famulus, who primarily act as advisors and educators of imperial nobles and planetary governors. They keep physical and genetic records of the families that they guide and watch over, and will occasionally do genetic testing of said families under the Inquisition's orders, to make sure nothing fishy has happened to their DNA. These orders include the Order of the Key, Order of the Holy Seal, Order of the Gate, and Order of the Sacred Coin. The final variant of Order is the Orders Dialogius, who are just translators.
Pretty much.
Not only do they translate the various dialects and slangs that have emerged from the countless planets of the Imperium,
There are some that know Orcish, which... that's just creepy.
but they've also learnt to translate Xeno words. Now you might be wondering why the fuck there are a bunch of fanatical chicks doing basic medical or administration work. Why did they just use normal hired people for that? The answer is that they do use normal people, but the Ecclesiarchy and the Inquisition wants to extend its influence as far as it possibly can.
This is true.
It's putting fanatically loyal chicks in some of these positions guarantees that. There are also a couple super duper niche orders, such as the Orders Margrina, who provide a bunch of choir girls to the Imperium, the Orders Plaxininium, who are professional criers and wailers like the ones in North Korea, Orders Sabine, who arrive on primitive human worlds and, through their charm, prime the world for Imperial takeover. Then there is the Orders Vespila, who are just a bunch of autopsy specialists. There are more battle buff girls than there are other orders, however. I've mentioned the 6 main ones, however there are many more that were either derived from the 6 main ones or were formed independently to fulfill a specific purpose. The main ones include the Order of the Black Sepulchre, I think that's how you say it,
Yeah.
that lurks around the Alfarius sector, the Order of the Bleeding Heart, who guards some old crusty saint bones, the Order of the Blue Robe, who have aided in genocide, the Order of the Crimson Oath, as well
Accusing any order of Sisters of Battle, or anyone for that Imperium, in engaging in genocide is like calling water wet.
as the Order of the Fiery Tear, who have both fought in the hotly contested Jericho Reach, the Order of the Crimson Tear, who have been destroyed, the Order of Divine Lamentation, who lost 83% of their sisters due to an autistic level of stubbornness that resulted in them refusing reinforcements. The Order of the Eremine Mantle, who are super loyal and fight hard, but accidentally drop their banner somewhere, hence are whipping the shit out of themselves to atone.
Pretty much.
The Order of the Glowing Chalice, who often fight alongside elite guardsmen. The Order of the Golden Light, who play Scrabble or some shit, I don't know. The Order of the Moldin Counterance, as well as the Order of the Silver Lily, as well as the Order of the Sublime Adoration, who fought against the 13th Black Crusade and distinguished themselves. The Order of the Silver Shroud, who are shrouded in mystery. The Order of the Virgin Rose, who represents everyone in the Warhammer community. The Order of the White Rose, who are seemingly destroyed by Tyranids. And finally, the Order of the Wounded Heart, who have killed a bunch of traitor guardsmen. God damn, whoever came up with these names need a raise. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just an AI name generator that was forced to read how to become a Nun 101 while playing Call of Duty. There are a lot of Sisters of Battle, and due to their recent model updates, I'm thinking we're going to be seeing a lot more of them real soon. If you enjoyed the video, you want to see some uncensored Saint Molestine titties, and you want to support the channel,
God.
then Patreon is the place to be. For only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Warhammer hentai. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe button for more feminine content. Join the Discord for more memes, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Well, I thought I'd be able to pause it before it started, but didn't do it. In any case, that was Majorkill's every single Sister Battle order explained. Like I said, my first army was Sisters of Battle. I love the Sisters of Battle as a force. They're just... the best way to explain them is they're crazy. They're absolute fanatics. And that's what makes them so great. In any case, I'll see you guys next time.